Joining me now is Michael Weiner with Swiss America. We had a show we were doing 6:30 to 7 every night, Michael Weiner and Wes Petes. We're going to start bringing them on the Bad News Bears once a week onto Brannon Howse Live because we're opening up that 6:30 to 7 slot for a new show related to Washington, D.C. and our Washington, D.C. bureau chief. So if people are wondering what's going on, that's what's going on. We're reshuffling the program schedule. We're putting a lot of money into our D.C. bureau and reporting, and we want to give that a primetime slot. So we're going to bring the Bad News Bears once a week onto Brannon Howse Live. Wes is out today, can't be with us. So we're going to be joined by Michael Weiner. Michael, welcome. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Hi, good evening, Brannon. How are you?
I'm good. Let's go right away to the price of gold. Gold hit a record high today. What did it top out at, please, Michael?
$27.95.70, Brannon.
So we're almost at 2,800.
What did I tell you at the beginning of the month? I said gold will be 2,800 by the end of January. Guess what? Here we are.
Here we are.
Still saying $3,000 gold by April 1st, maybe sooner, and 3,600 year end.
You're thinking $3,000 an ounce gold by April.
By April 1st.
What's driving this, Michael?
The biggest thing that's driving is the U.S. dollar, the crashing U.S. dollar. You brought up BRICS years ago, Brannon, 10 years ago or more, what was going on with the dollar, et cetera. And we've been talking about BRICS for 6-7 months about losing control of the world reserve currency. And that's exactly what's going on here right now. It doesn't matter if the stock market goes up and down. It has no meaning, because if the U.S. dollar loses value, so will your stock. People have to realize the first thing Trump did, one of the first things, the first day he was in the White House, is he immediately threatened BRICS that they have to start using the U.S. dollar. Then we have a bunch of good articles on BRICS today, but we had a government, sort of like when you're talking, we talk about the DEI situation. We had DEI in the Treasury Department. We had Mushroom Girl in there who paid no attention while the Chinese literally were stealing our financial stability, destroying the dollar, destroying the strength of the dollar, destroying the desire of our nations we do business with to use the dollar. And when we lose the value of that, the gold market will go up even more dramatically. Now, what we're looking at today, and we talked about it months ago, is the BRICS have stated in October 24th meeting that they're going to have gold intricately involved with their currency and supporting their whole venture. Now, the United States government, Besant, and I sent you an article, Brannon, today, where he states in that article that the United States government has to, Besant, by the way, is the new Secretary of the Treasury, brilliant guy. He said we have to start embracing the Bretton Woods Treaty, which enabled the world to start the World Bank and made the United States the world reserve currency. And we stated in that treaty we would be backed by gold. We breached it in 71. Nobody did anything about it. And now here we are. The reality is he stated in that article that the United States government should be and will be looking at the idea of embracing gold again in a controlled manner, not 100%, maybe 5-6% with gold. So there's going to be a gold war between China and the United States to see who can get control of the currency. And Besant said at the end of the article, he's looking for, and one of his biggest holdings is in gold, and he's looking at huge price gains in gold now and in the future. So my position is 3,600 year end, and I believe I'll be correct.
Oh, wow. Look at this, folks. You go to Worldview Tube, type in BRICS, the acronym BRICS. There we are in 2012, talking about the BRICS. Here we are in 2014. Here we are in 2014. And if we keep, here we are in 2015. Just here we are in 2013. Again, 2013. We have so many articles. Here we are back in 2018 talking about it. You keep scrolling through our 2014. Keep scrolling through 2015. Here's where we did a whole radio show on it. I did a couple in May. Here's another one just a few days later, 4 days later, 2015 on the BRICS. Again, that's what we do here, folks. We talk about the issues generally our track record has been we talk about the issues long before other people because we're trying to keep you ahead of the trends. And here we are. And now everybody's talking about the BRICS. All right, so let's go to that article, Michael. Here it is. BRICS, why experts say U.S. dollars global reserve days may be numbered. Is this the article you're referring to?
We have a number of them there today, and all of them are pertaining to the fact of the U.S. government losing control of the reserve currency status and the BRICS moving in to take control of it. They now got about 30% control of the world reserve currency. 30%. Right now,
BRICS is to introduce Bitcoin reserve. U.S. expert says it's possible.
It's possible. That's why Trump and his own brilliance. It's not when all these people think the Bitcoin is great and Bitcoin this and the government's embracing it. The government Trump doesn't want anybody else to control it except us. He's not saying it's a great investment. He is saying that it needs to be regulated and controlled. You know, most of the people right now talk about BRICS. The only thing worthwhile about it is the last person to buy it. The reason why most people don't like it is there's no regulation, and most of the people who founded it are in jail. It's all about money, making money. That has to change, and when they can get some security to it and regulation to it and control to it, it'll become a market. And then you'll see prices drop from 100,000 to 1,000. So, you know, they're just saying that China is doing everything they can to say, wait a minute, if anybody's going to regulate it and control it, it's going to be us first. And again, we are stepping to the side. We had stepped to the side and we're not anymore. But, you know, people have to realize, as it is with BRICS and with currency, stop thinking that you're going to wave a wand, everything's going to be perfect. You're seeing right now that the United States government is becoming intelligent again. It's becoming smart again. And that doesn't solve problems overnight. It takes us in the right direction. We're heading in a right direction, but it's going to be a while to fix it because this is a mess, literally.
It is a mess. Let me do this. Price of gold in 1993. Let's see what gold was in 1993, guys. 1993. Okay, here's a chart we can go to. Let's see here. What do you think it was in 1993, Michael?
$400, 380.
Let's see. 1993. Gold was running at about 360. These are probably your highs. I'm sure that is, right? Your closing average, your year open, your year high, your year low. Okay, let's just go with
the 400. I was right.
What's that?
I was right. If you go to the year close, it shows 390.
Okay, year close. Let's go 1993, year close. Let's see here. Year close. So 390, all right? That's the year I started buying gold and silver, 1993, okay? Let's see. How old was I in 1993? I was born in 1969. 1993, subtract 1969. I was 24 years old. I started buying gold and silver and diversifying to gold and silver. $390 an ounce on average in 93. And today we're at almost $2,800. Yep, but hey, guess what? That rocket scientist, what's his name again? Dave, what's his face? What's his name? Ramsey?
Mm-hmm.
He would tell you gold's a poor investment because I've heard him berate people over it.
He's an accountant. He's not an economist. He's an accountant. He's a bookkeeper. That's all.
I agree with his getting out of debt concept, but you know, there's a thing called diversification, David. You could be in a little hard assets, gold and silver, some real estate. You could be in some land. You could be in the stock market. It's called diversification, Dave Ramsey. But boy, I've heard him just act like people that buy gold are the stupidest people on the planet. Well, not, you know, in my world, Dave Ramsey, buying at $390 and watching it go to $2,800 is called being pretty smart. But then again, I'm not running around pushing stocks and mutual funds or financial planners, and I'm not running commercials for those people. I mean, I'm not making my money pumping a certain industry like stockbrokers and financial planners. So for me, I don't have a reason other than to speak the truth about what I think of most of the people in these financial markets. I think it's a rigged casino. I think you got a federal plunge protection team. I think it's irrational exuberance in the market. I don't think you can trust half of what's being said by the CEOs or their bookkeeping. And if people want to play that game, fine. You can make a lot of money doing it. One of my sons my oldest one loves the stock market, and he's done very well. But I'm 56 in April. I'm not interested in gambling. But if people have the stomach for it, great. But it's so funny, people act like this is a sure thing. It's the smart way to go. Well, reality is, a lot of it, I think, is rigged. I really do. I think we find out more and more. Elections are rigged. I think football games are rigged. I think the market's rigged. There's a lot in this world that's just rigged, if people could really see behind the curtain. That's my opinion.
You're not far wrong. When you look at what's going on and the deep state controls and what people are talking about, what President Trump said today as related to what happened with that accident, everything in America was always about striving for the best. Just like Horatio Alger said, go west, young man. If those idiots like Biden were control of the country or AOC, we would have never made it out of New York City. I mean, the idea of excellence of some guy coming into this country like an Elon Musk with nothing and all of a sudden becoming one of the richest men in the world, or Jeff Bezos, even if you don't like these guys, they were afforded that opportunity and they strove for it and they attained it. But now we have successfully preached, oh no, when I go to those sports matches, and I created all kinds of havoc in California when my grandson won a tennis match and they tried to say everybody was equal, and I said he beat everybody's butt. You're a winner. Take your trophy. Everybody won a trophy. I'll buy you a regular one. Yep. He beat everybody. Why should he sit back and say we all won? There's got to be winners and losers in order to strive to be better.
100%. All right. So reality is, it's not too late to jump on board the gold train or to put gold into your IRA, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not too late? It's absolutely not too late?
Heck no. I mean, the reality is, understand the fact that gold right now, I believe over the long term, the next 5 years, will be in excess of $5,000 an ounce. I think what you also have to believe is the fact that we're going back to an individually controlled society. The idea of having gold in your portfolio is, again, it's the caboose at the end of the train. The front of the train is all of the stuff you want to live off of, all of your investments that pay you dividends or returns or interest income where you can live off of it. The rear end of the train is the caboose. And that caboose is what stabilizes and controls and puts stability within those other investments when things get bad. That caboose becomes the engine, period.
That's it, period. End of story.
They're also talking now about the staffing issues at that facility for that plane crash. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, indeed it is. All right, get your free packet, no obligation, free packet of information from Michael Weiner and Wes Petes. Just text them your name and address. They'll send it on, including how to put gold into your IRA, folks. You can get the physical metals, in your custody. You can do numismatic, which is 1933 and older. That provides privacy, by the way. That provides privacy. Or you can do the bullion, freshly minted, and then gold into your IRA. All the details can be found by getting that free, no obligation packet.
And the guy who developed gold IRAs was a guy you might have heard of. His name was Ronald Reagan. He did it for one reason, for American citizens to own something in a retirement plan that wasn't paper.
There you go.
He didn't like assets that the government had access to. That's what we offer.
And that may be one reason why he, by the way, liked his land. He had several hundred acres with his ranch, folks. He liked hard assets. Ronald Reagan. Get your free packet, no obligation, 602-558-8585. Just text Wes, your name and address. Say, Wes, I want the free packet. He'll send it on. He couldn't be with us tonight. We'll get him back next week, but Michael's been here with us. 602-558-8585. Thank you, Mike Weiner.
Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
You too, my friend.